we are. Perfect. Hey, Akira. Welcome. Good to see you. Hello, everyone. My name is Namek. Welcome to tonight's stream. Tonight, I just wanted to talk. I've been playing too many games lately, and because I just spent about 70 bucks, well, almost $80 if you include tax, on Silent Hill F, I'm a little bit shortchanged as of right now. Now, don't worry about Valhalla, the game that I'm currently on right now. I'm using it just mainly for a background noise. But I just want to chat a little bit because, well, First, I want to tell you guys why I couldn't stream yesterday, or I did not stream, which is kind of a weird thing. Nothing happened other than the fact that my mom came back from Europe, and her flight was supposed to be around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Turns out it got delayed because, of course, it did, because she was flying Air Canada, one of the worst airlines ever, and her flight got in around 7:30. So it takes me about 30 minutes to get to the airport, so naturally, I couldn't stream. My day's been good, Kira. And hey, welcome, Ned. Good to see you there. Welcome. Good to have you.
Yeah, a little sick right now, but I'll pull through. Just got
No
to
worries.
make a video.
Yeah, no worries. Don't worry, today's going to be a more shorter stream, and it's just mainly just going to be me talking. My wallet needs a bit of a break because, well, I've spent almost 80 bucks, including tax, on Silent Hill F, and I'm not so sure how I feel about that game in terms of the reviews. I saw on Discord that one of my viewers, Record, one of my mods, he's in Europe, and he saw that I finished Silent Hill F. Sent me a screenshot of the Steam page. It's in English, by the way. It's overwhelmingly negative reviews, which is strange because when I open my Steam page, it's very positive, but it only has 3,000 reviews. I don't know how that happens, or if anyone knows why that is, please let me know, because if I see any game, especially a AAA game nonetheless, have very negative reviews or overwhelmingly negative reviews, I probably think twice about buying it, you know? That's just not a smart thing to do. But you guys were here with me, especially you, Ned, who saw my playthrough with Silent Hill F. I didn't hate the game, but it felt very frustrating to play, just because of the combat. What makes it worse, other than the fact that I also spent a buttload of money on it, was the fact that I have a very hard time making fun of the game. Unlike Silksong, which cost 20 bucks, I made like 4 or 5 videos were all hits. I can't think of any materials for Silent Hill F. I made 2 videos, and they did okay for what they are, but nowhere near the amount. And the only thing right now that's causing a controversy is whether or not the game is quote-unquote woke. That didn't really come into my thoughts when I played it, though. But if you guys want to add anything to it, go ahead. And actually, I was gonna look at the other endings as well. Go ahead.
People will just label anything as woke, no matter what it is. It's so stupid.
Pretty much. But like I said, I'm a guy who likes to look at the opposition, or when there's like a disagreement or controversy, I need to look at both sides. So, people said that it was feminist woke propaganda, basically discouraging marriage, and that all men are bad. In a way, I kind of understand. I was like, okay, I can kind of see where it's from, because based on my playthrough, I can kind of see it. But you have to look at it from another perspective, which is the era that it was in. 1960, Japan, Asia, pretty much. It's a very patriarchal society, whether you like it or not. Apparently, but Hinako is just a very progressive girl in an extremely patriarchal society back then. She would have done fine in today's society, but back then, it must have been hell for her. But I didn't like the game just because I didn't really connect with her as a character. And some people told me that in order to get the entire story, I have to play the entire game to get different endings. That is something that I do not agree with and I do not like. If you want me to like, it's like reading a book. If I read it halfway through the halfway through the book, or excuse me, this is not even a fair comparison. This is not like reading a book and only reading the first 2 chapters. This is reading the entire book and then reading it again, and some of the dialogues change. I don't like that. I don't know whether or not that is a Silent Hill design or not, but that is just, you took a 8 or 9 hour game and you're just stretching it to like 30 or 40 hours, like going hash the same thing again. You might get a few stories here and there, maybe a few dialogue, and yeah, probably a new ending. But the gameplay stays the same, doesn't it? There's no new bosses, same enemies. And if you saw my gameplay, you'll know that the gameplay was the thing that I had the most issues with the game. I didn't have too much problem with the story. I thought it was supposed to be a little bit convoluted. But then I guess it makes sense because it was all in her head anyway. But a lot of people also said that it wasn't Silent Hill. I don't know what that's supposed to mean because I never played any other Silent Hill. But based on the spark notes or the details that I know about Silent Hill 2, like I said before, it kind of makes sense because she's a girl that's facing a problem or an issue that is based on society rather than an issue that's more personal. And again, if you want to turn off the stream or close your ears, because I'm about to spoil what happens in Silent Hill 2. Don't know if you want to listen to that though. I'll give you like 5 seconds or something. No? We're good? Hey Koki, yeah, I'm just chilling. Streamed for about 30 minutes. Yesterday my mom came back from Europe and she brought me some food. And the best thing that I've had is probably something called a pate. Really delicious. I don't like liver, but pate. She gave me, it wasn't like anything special. It was just one of those things that you find in like a butter cup, plastic cup. It was delicious. I love that. And Kira is saying it kind of reminds you of when you play Undertale and I was trying to get into True Pacifist. But the only guidance I had was Flowey at the end, each of 10 at the end of the game. See, Kira, that's the thing though. The Silent Hill game that I've played, and Koki, I'm talking about Silent Hill F, and to be honest, I didn't really like the game, is that the gameplay of Undertale hooked me. The characters hooked me. The music hooked me. And so I didn't mind replaying it. Okay? And even though these enemies were kind of the same until certain bosses, depending if you go pacifist or neutral or whatever, it was fun going through the enemies. One is where you can like kill the monsters or you can spare the monsters, and their attacks and their dialogue is a bit different. But Silent Hill F though, it wants me to play the entire game, but the gameplay is exactly the same, and only the final boss, because I've read up on this, only the final boss is different. That's not good enough for me. You're still gonna run into the same enemies of the mannequin-looking girls, the blind lickers that like tries to grab you. I did not want to play those, slog through the entire thing again, and that is just, I just didn't want to do it. It was a waste of time. Plus, Undertale, what is it? Took me about maybe 7-8 hours. But if you know exactly where you're doing or where you're supposed to go, maybe about 4 or 5 hours, depending on how good you are with the boss, right? And if you're playing, what is it, Geno route, only probably takes you a couple hours since you're skipping most of the story, and you only struggle with probably the final with the bosses. Not your thing? No, I get it, Koki. I'm just kind of mad that I spent $70 on it, because again, Wrecker sent me a screenshot of the Steam page. Overwhelmingly negative reviews on it wasn't even in your language, it was still English. Overwhelmingly negative. On my page, my Steam page, it says very positive. In fact, so I was just baffled by it. $70 is crazy. Believe me, Kira, $70, that's excluding tax, so you're looking at borderline $80. And now that Steam has its fall sales discount right now, I could have gotten like 2, 3, 4 games. Some of them I really wanted to play. Cuphead, Ultra Kill, hell, Dead Space was $12. So me wasting $80, because that's like grocery and a full gallon of gas, full tank of gas, and it really pissed me off. That's what I'm more upset about anything. I don't care if the story was considered woke. I didn't see too much of it. I thought it was just, okay, marriage is bad. If the people who said that the game is like marriage is bad, they're reading it wrong. Because it's not about marriage, it's about arranged marriage. But my counter argument to those who defend it is that, well, what do you expect? It's back in the 1960s. Hell, back in the day, like 1800, that's like, yeah, slavery is bad. We know that back then. We know that right now. But if you look back in, like, before even the American Civil War, you look back even during, like, the dynasties of the Chinese era, or Chinese dynasty, whatever. We had slaves too. Not black people, but other, like, Chinese people. That's just how the world works. Because back then, it was just mainly about survival, rather than morals and you know, or anything else. Have I played Buckshot Roulette? I have that game. Yeah, I enjoy that game. I would love to play with y'all again, though. Yeah. And can you imagine if we say something like gay marriage that is very acceptable today, and take that back in the 1960s or 1800? People will look at you like you're some kind of like unholy Satan spawn or something. So the message was that forced marriage is bad back in the day, which you already know, we understand. But what does that have to do with today? You know? So I didn't really get what the message was supposed to be. Where again, spoiler alert, since Ned didn't go out, I'm going to spoil Silent Hill 2. What James Sunderland did with his wife. He was a good man, and his wife had a good marriage. Until his wife was diagnosed with some kind of illness, incurable, of course. And then this illness may turn her extremely emotionally volatile. She would lash out at him, being physical with him, and he essentially became her emotional punching bag. And thanks for the sub. So what he did before he came to Silent Hill was that he killed her, you know, muffed her up with a pillow. And I don't agree with that decision, but at the same time, you kind of understand it. And it's not like I or anyone else should relate to James's dilemma, and that his action, his sin, is purely his own. But compare that to Hinako. She's going through something that every woman is going to as well, you know? So, and there's also the message of, is forced marriage bad? Yeah, we don't like it. But in a lot of Eastern cultural thing, it's all about the family, you know? Imagine this. If your family is in an era where if you don't marry off your daughter to a high-ranking official, then your family will not be able to get any funding for your village. It's wrong, but it has to be done, right? There's also the issue of I don't know, a lot of women back then, they want to marry into a wealthier family because it gave them status, it gave them wealth, it gave them power, and better yet, the person that Hinako was going to marry, even though she didn't really know him, he was from a wealthy family. At least you get something out of it. So it's not like the worst of the worst. And unless she is being sold into actual slavery or something like that beyond, I can't exactly say that, oh man, I feel so bad. I feel bad for her. I feel for her, but it's like, you can actually make the most of it. And that guy, Fox, apparently he's the guy, his name is Hiroyuki. Apparently he's the guy that she saved in the end where the fox bit him or something like that. So again, it's just such an anime trope. A girl saves a boy from a wolf attack, and then she falls in love with her all the way until adulthood. I was like, it's something so cliche that you want me to take it seriously. I just couldn't do it, you know? Kira is saying, have you ever heard of Uma Nisume? Heard say it's good. Alright, let me check it out. Uma Musume. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know how this would make a good just chatting stream. Okay, I'm gonna go into the wiki. At least I know it's safe. This does not make me look very good. Playing a game like this as a 30-year-old, someone in their mid-30s does not make me. This does not make me look very good. But what is it? Is this supposed to be a game?
It's like a racing game from what I've seen.
Simulation video game, social network game. I don't understand what it is. Pretty Derby? Sports, horse racing, athletics? It's made by Bilibili. Published by Bilibili. Chinese, so... Does it have, like, gacha mechanics in there? Game is just game after all, pretty much. Yeah, but I got... Whatever puts on the internet stays forever. And I'm definitely not a person who plays these kind of games. I'm not an anime... I'm not that much of an otaku. I like anime, but I'm not that obsessed with it. Alright, what is the game? It's a mobile game. Okay, let's see, whatever this is. Is it just girls being in a horse race?
Yeah, pretty much.
What the hell?
I also hear it's based off an anime.
Well, it's pretty much... Yeah, it's an anime, alright. Oh boy.
I feel like it's based off an actual anime that exists.
Oh, so it's taking an existing IP and just turned into a gacha simulation game. Got it. Okay. It's got positive reviews, although I'm very skeptical about this now because I trusted Silent Hill F's review. But, it's like Duck Life, but horse girls. I don't know a better way to explain it. Duck Life. I get to shoot girls or something. like the duck hunt. Oh no, that's Duck Hunt. Never mind. Duck Life. And playing for it is fun. If anything, I would probably, if I want to play something like that, then, You know what? Maybe it's not so bad, considering the fact they don't have gargantuan, gigantus knockers on their chests. So I guess maybe this isn't too bad. Yeah, I'll see about it.
There's definitely probably worse games you can do. Like, I forget the name, but this one game I used to see in sponsors so much that was basically, I don't remember the name, but same style, just more revealing characters.
Oh,
I don't.
No worries.
I remember the name, yeah.
I'm always skeptical when it comes to free-to-play games, just because you know there's going to be a gotcha mechanic. It's free-to-play, pay-to-win kind of game. But I guess it's not too bad. Like Cuff of Sage with you, sometimes it would be fun. Alright, I'll download it then, since it's free. It's probably still better than the Silent Hill, to be honest. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give the impression that I hated Silent Hill F. I don't hate it. I find the combat frustratingly painful to play. But there are things that I like about that game. I'm just mostly pissed that it cost almost $80, because that's money I could have spent on something else. If the game was like maybe around 30, I wouldn't be mad at it at all. But I felt like I just got robbed, you know? I got charged for something that I was expecting one thing, but I didn't get it. There are times that the game did amaze me. But I should have known. I made a video where the combat is supposed to be like Souls-like, but I realized later on as I finished the video it wasn't like Souls at all, because Souls games actually have a feeling to hating enemies. I know you guys only saw the stream, but when I hit enemies, the physics doesn't really match up with the hit. Like if you were playing Super Smash Bros or any sort of action game, there's sort of like a visceral feeling, and there's a sound effect and how your character hits your opponent. Silent Hill, though, it reminds me of that game that I didn't even finish. It's called Wukong, Black Myth Wukong, and I had the exact same issue. Funny enough, that is also a game developed by a Chinese developer, and so when the pipe or the weapon hitting your enemy, it made a sound effect, but the enemy doesn't react to the physics all that well, and it takes it doesn't feel right. Like if you guys ever play Madden NFL or Madden NFL, so what I do know is that Madden does not, when like a player hits a player, it's not a physics thing, it's an animation thing. So when your character hits someone, it's like a play of quick animation, and that's the worst thing you can do to any sort of action game, you know. Hey Shuyin, it's been a while. Good to see ya. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. We're just chatting today. Feel free to join my chat, my voice chat if you like. Not worth the price. I would be mad. Yeah, it's I was Shuyin, just to catch up. I'm talking about Silent Hill F, the new game that I just released. It costs over almost $70 for me. And I'm telling you, it's the first AAA game that I bought in a while, and since Elden Ring, actually. At least with Elden Ring, I enjoyed it, even though I had some issues with it. I still poured like over 100 hours in that game. This game, I don't even want to go back and play it at all, because I just did not care for the combat that much. Again, I see the people who are defending the game. They're saying that, well, you didn't understand the story. You need to play it multiple times. Keep in mind that we're playing a game first. If I was interested in the story, I'd rather just watch someone play it on YouTube. That would save me a lot more time, and it would save me a lot more money. You know, I don't know how many people would go back and play the other endings if just without going on YouTube, unless you are a completionist or you're trying to make some kind of content. That's it. You're trying to complete Silksong right now. It's a great game, Shuyan. I beat it, 97%, and it's one of those games I'm pretty good at. You know, people were giving me my flowers. First time someone actually done that, saying that I only struggle on like 2 or 3 bosses. Everyone else was pretty good enough for me. Julian saying only AAA games bought with your own money was FIFA 25 when it was on sale for $8. Then you made the right decision. And again, I should have known about Konami. I should have never given Konami any doubts. And what makes it even more disappointing now that I think about it, it was my first Silent Hill game. I'd never played Silent Hill before. It not only did it not make me a fan of Silent Hill, it actually makes me not want to play the other games. That's the worst thing you can do when it comes to when you're introducing a new player to the franchise. Again, the good parts are few and far between, and they were really good, especially the puzzles. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the atmosphere. I enjoyed the aesthetics. But they're not good enough for me to be that invested in. And so, along with the money and everything else, it just... I guess that's why I'm so angry. So, either way, guys, if you guys want my opinion, don't buy it. Wait for it on sale. At least 50%. Even then, I would still... It's still a tall price. You know, that's still a tall asking, you know? So it's all up to you. If you guys want some good news, my mom came back from Europe. Toki, if you're still here. She was in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, France. I think 4 countries. And before then, she and her friends would always go on cruises. So earlier this year, she went to Greece. And I told her to not go on those trips because those places, they only take you to a bunch of tourist traps. So I told her, like, look, you have a friend who's in Holland. She drove over there, and they just rented a car and Airbnb'd, and they went to a lot of countrysides. So I know they went to Munich. That's where they landed. But she and her friends, just like I told them to, got in a car, just started driving in the countryside from one small town to another, and they stayed in like farms and small houses, and she saw some of the most beautiful places that she's ever seen. She also attended a little bit of Oktoberfest, even though she doesn't really like alcohol. It was really, really fun though. Went to the Mercedes-Benz Museum and the BMW Museum, and it was just a bunch of mountains and streams, grass, and the best foods, she said, that over there is probably something that's just very natural. Milk, sausage, butter, bread. There's that thing called Black Forest Gatoche, if you guys know what that is, some kind of cake. And she brought me airplane food, and she got to see me some Swiss chocolate as well. Those are really, really good. And I had a croissant that she got from a bakery, and it was like stuffed in her bag for like, I don't know, about a day, and it was probably still the best tasting croissant I've had. I had a lot of croissants here in the US, but the croissant she brought me was really good, even though it being like over a day old. Oh, speaking of which, she stayed in the farmer's place, and she also brought me home 2 apples. They're about smaller than the size of my fist, but I'm not a big fan of apple. But when I tasted it, they're easily the best apples I've ever had. Apparently, it's crispier. It's not as sweet as the ones you get from California. It's a little bit on the sour. It's like less sweet, but just a tad more sour. But the texture, the skin is not as thick and rough. When you bite into it, it just cracks. And it's got this awesome texture. That was probably the second, my most favorite thing that she brought home. First being the pate. Yeah. Shuyen, you died at least once to each boss in Silksong? Well, no worries. I mean, everyone's got a boss they enjoy. You know, if it's like, keep in mind, I went to Silksong after finishing Hollow Knight, so I was pretty familiar with the combat, and it was fun. When it comes to boss fight, I am quite good at it. But you might have trouble with the platforming though. You are enjoying the game? Yeah. You'll enjoy it. Just how do I say it? Take your time with it, because I can see how some people rage quit over the game. But for $20, it was more than worth the money. Hell, going from like a AAA game that costs over $70 to a indie game that is only $20. If Silksong wanted to ask me for $70, I would have obliged. I was like, okay, whatever. I would have paid them. Jesus. And plus, you know that new DLC is coming in the form of maybe a God Home DLC, a boss rush or something. Oh man. Trying to get to Act 3? Okay. You have a bit of a grinding to do then, because you got to finish all the quests. If you miss a quest, then I don't think you can activate it. And just keep in mind, Act 3 is hard. I admit that Act 3 is quite hard. The bosses are harder, especially the final boss. But Act 3 has two of my favorite boss. One of them being the last boss. Okay? And it's really, really fun. I won't spoil anything else though. But just entertain me for a bit. Which boss is your favorite throughout Act 1 and Act 2? For me, it'd probably be Lost Vessel, if you got to that boss. Or Lace 2 and Cogwork Dancers. Those are the top three for me. And if I had to pick one, I go with First Sinner. Hopefully I didn't spoil that one for you, because I don't know if you got to First Sinner. Lace 2? Nice. Yeah, just gotta explore everything. And make sure that you've done all the extra bosses, because if you activate Act 3, there will be some missable content that you will miss out on in the form of two bosses. I unfortunately missed out one of them. So good luck to your Shuyen. I think you'll enjoy it a lot. I don't know what we're gonna play tomorrow. I could either stream Valhalla, but I can't spend money on any new games right now, because again, Little Nightmares 3 is coming out, and that's cost $40. I saved enough money for it, but I can't go out and buy more, you know. But I did get two games, Geometry Dash and South Park Fractured Butthole, and that's only because these two games cost me $2. So of course I was gonna get that. See, you would never see these kind of discounts on the PlayStation Store for this many games, ever. Oh, speaking of which, does anyone here have an Xbox? Because I heard something about Xbox Game Pass. There's a little bit of drama that they're raising the price from like $20 to like $40 or something like that. I've dropped Xbox from my life ever since 360 went extinct. There's just not enough games on there to keep me interested. And I'm so happy that I got on Steam. See, I would have probably got Rain World. I think Ned recommended me this game, Night in the Woods. $10, it's 50% off. That's a good deal.
It's a It's a pretty good chill game. There's not much gameplay. It's more of a story-driven experience.
Well, you see me play those games. The one in the rig, oil rig for one, Deep in the Dark. That one was pretty much a walking simulator, right? So I don't mind that as long as the story and the atmosphere is good. I don't mind it.
Yeah. Night in the Woods is also more of a slice of life type deal than horror. A little bit spooky, but not by much.
Speaking of which, there's this game. You guys heard of it? Hades 2. I don't know anything about this game, but the video that I made about Game of the Year, which I said Silksong is going to have a lot of competition, which is Expedition 33, Donkey Kong Bonanzas, and Deltarune. I agree Deltarune probably wouldn't win because it's not a completed game. But a lot of people asked me for this game. I was like, I don't even know what that game is. And then it turns out, by the time I made that video, this game wasn't even released. It literally just released 25, so a week ago. Less than a week ago. So, looking at this game, again, I don't want any spoilers. It looks like a Diablo game, which is something that I never played. This kind of game, I only remember playing this style is like back when I played Red Alert. Back in the day when like StarCraft was still like the main thing to play. StarCraft, but I don't know what this game is about. But the overwhelming reception that it has, I mean, this is no joke. This is really, really good. And it's an indie game, and it cost $30. And this is apparently a sequel. So I should have maybe bought that game instead. Stanley Parable, yep. A lot of these games. Again, Little Nightmares, $40. I don't understand what the hell this is supposed to be. $39.97. What? I saved 2 cents or something? What the hell? You played Hades 1 before? Was it good? Was it good? Should I play that one first? Do you know I'm not human? I didn't know that, Kira. You sound pretty human to me. Are you and Yuki both AI generated? I mean, even this game, Watch Dogs 2, I know someone asked me to play this, and it's $5, so I can't complain about the price. But it's an Ubisoft game. If you don't know anything about a lot of these games, is that whenever I play this game, any sort of EA or big games, they want you to log in with an EA or Ubisoft account, which really pisses me off. I know this because I have I played Mass Effect, which is owned by EA, and now that I think about it, EA is getting bought out by some Saudi company. I don't know whether that or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. You're not human? Jesus Christ, Kira. I have a view. I'm not view-botting YouTube. I'm not view-botting.
I believe I'm Not Human is a horror game that popped off recently. I don't think I've seen much of it.
Really? Alright. No, okay, I've seen this. I think 8-Bit Ryan streamed this as well. Or I played this. Okay, I'll add it to the list. But no discount as of right now. Whoops. Not added to cart. Wish list. I can't afford it right now, sorry. Just too many games. And this is a game, Schedule 1, I heard it was good. And of course we got Siren's Rest, which is Still Wakes the Deep. The DLC, the game that I played a few weeks back. I want to see what happens then. See, so many discounts that I should have put money in, but... Anyways. Hades 1. Let me see it. Okay, $6. Okay, maybe I should play this first then. The only thing I'm hesitating about is the fact that it's like a Diablo style game. I don't know what it's called. What is it? Roguelike? What is roguelike? What is roguelike? What does roguelike mean? That means it's really hard. I'm not watching this. Gmod forever. Again, there's so many good games I could have spent my money on, but don't worry, guys. I'm getting paid in a few days because I was finally able to secure a lease. It's only going to be like a couple $100 though, so it's not like I can buy a lot of stuff because I still got to pay others. I got other stuff to pay, like groceries and gas, and fees as well. If only the real estate industry is in some crap right now. Again, as you guys said, Bendy in the Fang Factory. Definitely, I'll be playing that. Amanda the Adventure 3. Definitely. Reanimal. This is the one that Little Nightmare is supposed to be, but without the filters, with the filters turned off. I'm still waiting on this. I love this. This is probably one of my favorite. If only the other 9s are released. This is probably a Hail Mary at this point, the joy of creation. I can probably remove Metal Gear Solid Delta, just because I would screw you. Just because screw you Konami. F you. And I see Five Nights at Freddy's is still not on sale. It's never on sale, huh?
Really excited for the next mainline Bendy game in the last installment of Amanda. Also Reanimal. I think those are gonna be good.
I don't know if Amanda is gonna be the last one. I doubt it. They're just gonna keep going.
No, but they confirmed it's going to be the last game.
Oh, they did.
Series.
All right, and I have something to look forward to next year, even more then. Yeah, it's Hades 1 and Hades 2.
It really is again crazy that these franchises that I've been looking into for a while now are coming to their conclusions.
Yeah, but one thing ends, another begins, right? That's the beauty of indie games.
And that's what's so weird about it. Like, I'm happy they're ending. It's just going to be weird, you know?
Yeah. Man. Okay, this is a good deal. Cuphead, $14 with taxes 15. That's a good one. I know I can make good. I'll have fun with this. Although I'll probably scratch my hair out because I know how difficult it's going to be. But yeah, other than that, Stanley Parable, these. I'm just going to have to wait for the winter sales then, because this one ends in a couple of days. Maybe I can do Hades, but I don't know. What is roguelike? Can someone tell me what that means?
I've heard it thrown around with a few different games, but I honestly don't know what it means either.
Subgenre role-playing game, character procedural generation, permadeath, a turn-based grid. Okay, permadeath. Okay, that makes me nervous. At least I know what permadeath means. Okay, so you basically go from randomly generated dungeons, and if their character dies, they lose all progress and must start anew. Okay. Okay, that is what scares me, actually. I'm not so sure about that. That means it's really hard. It's a really hard game. I can overcome hard bosses, but permadeath? And if you screw up, you die, you gotta start the game over? I might have some reservation about that. Yeah. I'll keep an eye on it, but unless it's something that everyone asks me for, I'll keep it on the reserve side, because permadeath scares the hell out of me. I don't know if it's my thing. I'm not that good of a gamer, you know. I would never finish Silent Hill or Undertale Or any of the games, in fact, if there's a permadeath. Never. Ever. I don't have time for it. No, I'm not human. Alright. I'll see what I can do about these two. Maybe I can buy one or two when I get paid. But as of right now, I only have enough saved up for Little Nightmares 3. But based on what I'm seeing, it costs $40. The first one costs like $5, $8, and then the second one costs like $15 or $20 if I remember correctly. And now it's $40, which means that did they get bought out? Because why would all of a sudden from the creators of Little Nightmares do a new IP which is similar called Reanimal? Huh.
So I believe that the developers of Little Nightmare parted ways with the main studio making it, and now that studio is making their own Little Nightmares-esque game.
I see. So not the original guys, but okay. Maybe this one is not going to be as scary, if you know what I mean? Because if you look at it this way, it looks... It's not as dark. It's not as gloomy looking.
And
just based on the thumbnail.
If that is the case, I won't be too upset because, well, because I see it like it's still its own thing. I think it's fine if it's not as scary. I also don't really see like scares as like I don't think all horror games should scare you. They should. I think it's all about the vibe and atmosphere of a game that classifies it as horror. So, if that is the case, I'm fine with it.
But shouldn't horror scare you or disturb you? Makes you nervous? Isn't that what horror is?
Yeah, but in my opinion, again, I don't think it's directly about the scares, but the atmosphere. Like, you can have like a dark maze with some kind of horrific monster. Like, even though like that can be not scary but also count as horror, I think. Even if it isn't scary, it has the look and vibe.
Maybe I'm just looking too far into it.
I mean,
because
you can form your own opinion on what you think horror should be, but that's just my take. I don't think it's all about the scares.
Well, anything you relate to horror, in my opinion, but I'm a horror noob. Horror basically means I need to be less powerful, disturbing, terrified, unnerving. Like when you said that there's a dark hallway, a dark maze. Well, that does terrify me because it's dark. You don't. It's the terror of the unknown. So
yeah, but like, at least for me, it's not going to directly scare me. It's going to be eerie, but it's not going to directly scare me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, as in the horror. Horror has to have some tension to it, and I'm not exactly. If you take Little Nightmares out of the thumbnail and just looking at these two, I would say, what is this? Little Big Planet, but more weird version. Little Big Planet.
I feel like a game like Bendy is a fine example. Like, that game isn't scary, but I would still classify it as horror. It has the spooky, creepy atmosphere to it and all that, but it's still not really scary.
It did scare me a little bit on some part. It did.
Yeah, there are jump scares, but that's not the focus of the game. Like, not every chapter has jump scares in it.
True, not ever needs to be. Just need to up the tension. It better give me some nervousness. That's all I wanted to ask. But if in terms of the story, we are pretty much done with 6, aren't we? And what is the guy's name?
Mono.
Mono. Because it's like a loop. Mono, spoiler alert, becomes the static man. Yep. And then in return, he caused 6 to turn into a cynical person, and from what other people's theory spoiled me on, is that 6 became the lady.
I mean, that's just a theory, but it does make sense, you know? Like, it's not confirmed, but it makes sense that would happen.
Yeah. Because she eats the souls of other people, and then looking back at that ship, it's pretty much there's just so many references to it that the cycle continues. One leads to another of, the nightmare never ends, because everyone who had a good heart got turned into a cynical or evil version of themselves. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. That was the message.
Yeah, and each child that enters the nowhere sort of goes through their own experiences, their own monsters, and all that. And that was 6's story and what they went through with Mono.
True. Alright, guys. I think that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys had a good talk, because I did. Talked a lot. Sorry that you're feeling a little bit sick, Ned. Didn't mean to keep you up or anything.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and sorry for missing the stream yesterday. Blame Air Canada, okay? Blame Air Canada. It was the last minute too, so I didn't know about it. So sorry about that. But yeah, tomorrow I don't know what we're gonna play. We could either play South Park or Geometry Dash, which is probably just another chatting stream, which I don't mind. Subnautica is fine with me, but yeah, there's just no way I'm going back to replay Silent Hill F. And the story is not worth it. In fact, why don't we tomorrow, starting the stream, I probably should just go look at the endings and maybe even the lore, just to get a good grasp of something. Maybe I missed something. But yeah, I think we'll do that. Anyways, thanks for coming, guys. You guys have a good night. Bye.
Peace out.